Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Grand Lounge press conference of Delta's digital exhibition. Due to the pandemic, unfortunately, we are unable to meet each other face-to-face in offline events. But today, we are honored to have many of our old friends, new friends from press, clients, and partners to participate in this digital press conference to share this special moment with us here. My name is Judy Wu from Delta Electronics EMEA region, and I will be your moderator today. In the post-pandemic environment, we strive to provide an innovative and ideal platform to present our pioneering energy-efficient infrastructure technologies. We are excited to launch our digital exhibition, which we bring you Delta solutions and offerings in an innovative, green, and efficient way. During today's press conference, we will first reveal the theme of our digital exhibition, Pioneering Energy-Efficient Infrastructure Technologies. In the digital exhibition, you are also able to discover some of our latest new products, including SmartNode Prefabricated Data Center Solutions, High-Power EV Charging Solutions UFC 200, and DIAStudio Smart Machine Suite. We would also like to take the opportunity today to introduce you these new products. Although this press conference is conducted in a digital environment, we would still like to stay interactive with you. At the end of today's session, you will have a chance to raise questions to our speakers today. We will explain you how to do it later. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Dalip Sharma, President and General Manager of Delta Electronics EMEA region, to give us the opening speech. Dalip, please.
Thank you, Judy. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to welcome you to Delta's digital exhibition experience. As Judy mentioned, during the current pandemic environment, we are unable to meet with you in person. Therefore, we find another way to stay ahead of the curve by providing an innovative and sustainable digital platform to present our pioneering energy-efficient infrastructure technologies to our distinguished audience today. So I now begin with my presentation to take you through the pioneering energy-efficient infrastructure technologies that we have here to offer to our customers. Next page, please. I'm sure you all have heard about future technology trends, especially digital technologies, Internet of Things, mobile devices, also Industry 4.0, machine-to-machine communication, and also manufacturing automations, and renewable energy, renewable and smart energy, and also energy infrastructure. The pandemic has accelerated these key technology trends, and Delta, being a leading technology, product, and solution provider in all of these domains, is expediting our efforts to bring the cutting-edge technologies in each of these areas to our customers. Today, we will talk about some of those. Next page, please. In the post-pandemic period, we see huge demands in several of these technology areas. For example, digital economy. As you all know, if we are witnessing an increased digital dependence to continue communications and operations. Today, we are consuming more and more data than ever before, no matter the data consumption is for business use at homes, or for entertainment or social purposes. We have seen an exponential rise in the data consumption. We also need the telecom network technologies that support low latency and high speed internet bandwidth, and this also further increases the demand for data centers to host all the data that is generated and used by all of us. Another very predominant trend that we all are noticing is renewable and green investments in order to meet the climate goals. Renewable energy and smart technologies for optimal use of energy no matter it's whether related to e-mobility or building resilient energy infrastructures. And the third area that we will be talking about today is industrial automation leading to Industry 4.0, whether it's machine-to-machine automation, factory automation, to enable reliable products with higher throughput and productivity. Next page, please. Some of the products and solutions that we are launching today on this digital platform are SmartNode, the new modularized data center solutions, 200 kilowatt ultra-fast EV chargers, UFC 200, and digital system for smart manufacturing. All these echo Delta's mission to provide innovative, clean, and energy-efficient solutions for a better tomorrow. Our pioneering energy-efficient infrastructure technologies are enabling a host of solution offerings such as energy infrastructure, no matter it's on the renewable energy generation side or supporting the grid by offering state-of-the-art lithium-ion battery of varied sizes, supported by power conditioning systems and softwares to strengthen the grid. In the area of information and communication technology, we are not only supporting the 5G networks and the current telecom networks, also supporting the data center initiative, no matter it's on the edge side or co-location or hyperscale. On the industrial automation side, we have been talking about smart manufacturing, and today my colleagues will introduce more innovative solutions in this area. We also have energy efficient solutions for smarter buildings. E-mobility will be spoken about today, and also various solutions in display and entertainment areas. Next page, please. We always keep ahead of the technology and maintain our technology leadership. And this is done by our continued commitment of our investments in research and development. Delta Group invests 7 to 8% of its global revenues in the area of research and development in various technology areas. We have about 75 R&D centers worldwide. 12 of them are in Europe. We are having 9,000 R&D engineers worldwide working in these data centers, and we have over 10,200 patents to our credit. Next page, please. Our future development focus is, of course, strengthen our product portfolio and move towards offering solutions in various domain areas. What you can see here on the screen is a depiction of one such application. For example, EV charging. We not only provide the UFC 200, the one that you will see launched today, but we also have a host of other EV charging solutions and products. And in the real application scenario, what you can see on the diagram in the middle is how we are further enabling the real application by providing batteries and power conditioning systems and host of softwares on the rear side for our CPO customers, and then eventually moving to the application area where we are supporting our customers with the real conversion of products and combination of several products, hardware and software to attain a particular application need. We have some of the examples that we will show later in this presentation to you. Can we move to the next page, please? Some of the success factors that we already have to our credit, and we further keep on investing to strengthen our solution business and portfolios. Of course, these all solution business and portfolios are backed up by integrated service platforms across the European and global region. And also, we have a wide region network of partners and partners, associates, and distributors to bring our products as close as possible to our customers. Next page, please. Some of the key installations that we will show today is, for example, if you look at the right-hand top corner, it's about we have a large installation base of ultra-fast chargers supporting our charge point operators in Germany. Also a large ultra-fast charger network supporting EV car dealers in Norway. Our AC mini and DC wall box charging solutions supporting PSA in Europe. And some of what you can see in the middle is a UPS and DCM solution for a data center in Netherlands. And on the bottom left corner, our SCARA robot for pick and place applications supporting our customer needs in Europe. These are some of the applications and success factors, key installations that we are showing you here. Nonetheless, there are a lot more, and in the interest of time, I just pick a few to show to you. In case you have further interest, we can engage in talking about some of them. Next page, please. So with this, I welcome you to visit Delta's digital exhibition and experience the new normal of how we meet and how we exhibit our products to our customers and all the interested audience. I hope we are able to see each other in near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dalip, for the opening speech. As digital economy, renewable and green investment, and manufacturing automation become the major demand of the market in the post-pandemic period, with Delta's technology leadership and solution business focus, we are able to provide our customers pioneering energy-efficient infrastructure technologies. As mentioned in Dalip's presentation, during the pandemic period, the growth of data and the need for low latency has risen rapidly. A quick and easy to install, prefabricated, all-in-one edge data center is the answer to meet the requirements and demands. I would like to now invite Mr. Rakesh Mukhija, Senior Director and Head of Mission Critical Infrastructure Solutions from Delta Electronics EMEA region, to introduce Delta's solutions for an all-in-one edge data center, SmartNode. Rakesh, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Judy, for the introduction, and a very warm welcome and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Some known friends, some new friends attending our webinar, attending our seminar today. For the next 5 minutes, I would like to introduce our newly released portfolio of prefabricated, ready to deploy, all-in-one DC solution called SmartNode. Next page, please. Next page, please. Yeah, we all know about rapid increase in digitization and communication of machines and processes, leading to exponential growth in computation and storage speed as well as capacity. Today, internet users generate roughly 2.5 quintillion bytes of data each day. To be honest, I cannot even count the number of zeros in that. That's something like 10 raised to power 18 bytes every day. And it's still at the infancy stage. We all expect data usage to be growing further and further exponentially. Just the number of connected IoT devices is going to triple from currently 25 billion to more than 70 billion in 2025, so in a span of 5 years. This all needs a very strong data center infrastructure backbone. However, as you can see in the slide here, one of the areas which needs drastic improvement is the latency. Currently, with hyperscales providing majority of the data computation and storage, latency is to the tune of 100 milliseconds or over, which is pretty okay for human communication, for WhatsApp messages, emails, whatever. But when we talk of critical applications like remote healthcare, like autonomous driving, this can mean the difference between life and death. So to be closer to the user, we need to reduce the latency from 100 milliseconds to less than 10 milliseconds, which is, like I said, very, very necessary for the critical applications. Edge computing is going to provide this low latency digital backbone for IoT, for content delivery network, for e-commerce, e-banking, and moreover, it will ease the overwhelming IT loads on hyperscale data centers. Next page, please. So based on the market need for efficient, modular, scalable, flexible, and resilient edge data center solutions, we are pleased to introduce SmartNode modularized data centers, which are perfect for edge computing and enterprise level applications. SmartNode would basically act as a catching and data aggregation point between users and co-locations or hyperscale data centers. Next page, please. Our holistic approach starts from understanding customer needs. Next page, please. Going on to from conceptual design, moving on to detailed design, execution, project management, followed by life cycle support like maintenance and upgrades. Next page, please. The SmartNode architecture is based on standard configurations encompassing tested, validated, and documented solution architecture. Next page, please. It includes all the necessary systems and features like reliable power system, high load IT racks going up to 1420 kilo per rack, optimal cooling management, enhanced condenser protection, excellent reliability, and an advanced DSIM solution giving real-time visibility into data center operations. Next page, please. The standard portfolio of SmartNode encompasses 5 models from 2 to 11 IT racks with a power rating from 33 to 90 kilowatt, basically covering majority of the, or I would say even all of the edge data center needs. Next page, please. This portfolio based on cutting edge technology, rapid deployment, and easy user interface is designed and created by our in-house team of application engineers and data center experts, all of whom have extensive data center design experience and are certified by leading institutes like TIA, Uptime, and CNET. Next page, please. So thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention, and I look forward to any questions you might have at the end of our session today. So over to you, Judy. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakesh, for introducing us the SmartNode all-in-one modularized data center solutions. Like you said, as digitalization continues, 5G rollout, IoT, and low latency applications can be foreseen in the near future. Delta's SmartNode Edge Data Center solution offers one-stop professional service, rapid deployment, excellent reliability, and superior flexibility and adaptability to meet the trend. Another important trend is the growth of electric vehicles. With the number of EVs continue to grow and more long-range EVs are expected to be launched in the coming years, the demand of high-power, fast-charging solutions will grow rapidly. In response to this, Delta has introduced the UFC 200 ultra-fast EV charger. I would like to now invite Mr. Hans-Peter Glosser, Product Manager of E-Mobility and Smart Energy Solutions from Delta Electronics EMEA region, to talk more about UFC 200. Hans-Peter, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Judy, and good afternoon and welcome to the introduction of the new UFC 200 high-power EV charging platform. Next. The coming years and decades, we will see significant growth on EV models in all the segments and on the EV fleet driving on the road. Next. Despite the corona crisis, We see that the EU and country subsidies even get enlarged to push the transformation of the mobility sector, get the cities cleaned up from pollution, and to drive for further CO2 emission reduction in additional areas of mobility, such as logistics and trucks. Next. Delta is launching the new UFC 200 fast EV charging platform with an integrated energy measurement system designed according to German calibration law. Next. The benefits of these platforms are reduced charging time by 33% compared to the UFC 150 platform, enabled with a significant increased power density. So we are enlarging the power but not the size of a charging station. It is prepared for a South European climate with the extended temperature range up to 50 degrees. And the planning and realization of stations in urban areas will become simpler and cheaper due to very low acoustic noise, also meeting the regulations during nighttime of 40 dBA in a 10 meters distance. Next. The design concept and technology is supporting optimization of TCO, total cost of ownership, in the charging network. It provides the flexibility to optimize the investment in a charging network. For example, a full investment in a remote location might not be interesting at the beginning, but easy upgrade later by adding simply additional power modules to scale up the power will help to maximize the life cycle cost of the basic investment. In case of grid constraints, when the grid capacity is not prepared yet, the UFC 200 can already be installed. With a maximum grid current setting at the charger or location level, it can be put in operation without overloading the grid point. Complex groundwater protection planning and realization can be saved, as the UFC 200 is equipped with a high-performant, non-liquid cooled CCS connector system. Next. New benefits for the charge point operator, consisting of a new optional Pater credit card terminal, which is integrated to enable an additional method of ad hoc payment. It is combined with a price plan indication for the end user, and the price plan can be managed from the charge point operator central system. The charge point operator can promote events, inform the users about charging services by simply uploading promotion pictures, which will be shown to the end user when he approaches the charging station. Next. The UFC 200 brings a lot of flexibility in the same platform to provide a solution for different needs at different locations. Different connector standard configurations are available upon needs. Single or double-side connector and user interface arrangement make this product applicable for single-side parking concepts, double-side parking concept, or drive-through concepts. Next. UFC in a nutshell, it provides faster charging, and it helped to reduce the queuing problems at rush hours when the e-mobility picks up. Non-liquid cooled connector system is supportive to optimize the total cost of ownership. Continuous firmware evolution helped to secure the investment over the entire life cycle. And intuitive and simple to use design is attractive for end user to charge at your location. Next. Beside high power solutions for public charging, Delta offers also other product platforms for residential, commercial applications such as shopping centers, entertainment locations, hotels, hospitals, to offer a full solution. Next. Thank you very much for your attention and wish you a good continuation of this event. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Hans-Peter, for introducing us the UFC 200. Its features, such as optimized total cost of ownership, upgradable software platform, and availability to charge 4 cars at the same time, makes this solution ideal for charging point operators and also benefits the EV owners to shorten the queuing time during rush hours. As we are entering an era of manufacturing automation, design automation systems in the factory settings can be time-consuming and costly. Delta has the solutions to put detailed technical information right at the engineer's fingertips and allows them to use it seamlessly in the engineering process. The answer is the DIAStudio Smart Machine Suite. I would now like to invite Mr. Rutger Sander, Deputy Director of Industrial Automation Business Group DACH region, to introduce you the DIAStudio. Rutger, over to you.
Thank you, Judy, for the introduction, and very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have the pleasure today to introduce our new DIAStudio system. If you do the next page, please, Judy. No, not that one. The next. So, as many of you might know already, we have implemented a lot or various of automation products. Just to name a few of this, like a new motor drive platform and a new motion control platform. And we introduced last year also CODESYS, and this year we addressed an issue which all of you might know. Next page, please. So, if you are in front of design, or if you're in front of designing a new machine series or commissioning, usually what you find is what you see in the middle here. You find various of brands and various of software tools. Even from one brand, you can find a lot of software tools, and this makes it somehow very difficult for the designer, the engineers, commissioning engineers, and also for the operator later for maintenance. So with our new DIAStudio, next page, we have been able, we created a platform where we combine all of our products, not anymore using several or very diverse connectors. We are now designing all our systems to one connector, which is the RJ45, and connect all of those to our DIAStudio platform, which I would like to introduce in a minute, a little bit more detail. So this brings a great benefit to the designer and also later to the commissioning engineer and operator, that they only need to operate in one platform and can concentrate really more on the functionality, versus how to control, how to organize within the different software tools. Next page, please. So what is DIAStudio about and how does it work? So one important thing is we have an installation tool, which makes it very easy to install software models and also connect to other systems, such like ePlan, which is the next one, for select. So you have the DIAS selection tool, where you can select the various products, and you have the capability and the ability to easily transfer this to ePlan, including all the macros, which makes it very helpful and very efficient for the industry to continue on a well-known software platform to design the circuits. And then on the third step, you have the programming tools. You have the DIA screen to organize all the HMI features, DIA Designer to program, and we have also DIA Design Plus, which is connected to CODESYS, which I will show on the next slide later. And last but not least, we also thought about how to make the commissioning job more easy for the people, and we implemented also a DIA commissioning model into our total DIAStudio platform. So They can operate all the platform, and they have a very easy tool, all in once organized, making it very easy, concentrating on the functionality of the machine and not on the how to organize all the software things. Next page, please. So to also meet industry needs, to have also common systems integrated, we have a tool with which we can integrate CODESYS platform. So we have also CODESYS controller. So, and if you use this with the DIA selector, you can easily select, you go to DIA Designer, or you go to DIA Designer Plus, which integrates CODESYS, and then you are also able to integrate other products from other suppliers within this tool, and can modify this also in this, let's say, very capable software platform. Next page, please. So what does it offer to our customers? It's a single platform for all our products. It's one single programming interface. For sure, automatic updates free of charge on basic version. It's very user-friendly, intuitive, compare and select tool to make it easy. We have the link to ePlan. We have a free cloud storage also on board, which is very helpful. Yeah, and we can also integrate smart devices, Android and iOS, to operate also the systems with the mobile phones, which becomes also more popular in the industry nowadays. We are also compatible with the IEC standard and PLC Open. We have automated variable sharing between HMI and PLC, and we have a total compatibility with CODESYS version 3, which is a very nice tool, so we can meet also, I would say, more or less worldwide standards with those systems. Next page, please. So what else is in the scope and included in the platform? Because there's other standard tools, so we also integrate edge computing on the platform to have easy tools to overcome this one. Safety for sure is a very important thing for the future worldwide, and we will also integrate into this one cybersecurity, meeting all the requirements for nowadays world to have the systems secured and closed. Industrial IoT goes along with the edge computing, so this is also foreseen and integrated. UPC UA already in. CODESYS, already talked about this one, and for sure we have a special platform also for robotics. As everybody knows, robotics has their own macros, and we're including this also. And as Delta is also an expert in robotics, we have also very nice know-how into this. And this is also a big advantage of using this DIAStudio and Delta systems, because we have a really wide experience with all the systems, and therefore we can address a lot of applications and systems to provide the highest efficient solutions for our customers. Next page, please. So with this, just to sum up, we added to our total automation supplier approach, we added also now the platform and plus the capability to integrate for CODESYS and ePlan, and therefore we are bringing a very capable tool to the market for the user to save a lot of engineering efforts and also later for operating and commissioning. For any questions, I will be later available in chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rutger, for introducing us to DIAStudio. This all-in-one engineering software is designed to save time and simplify the machine setup process. Tasks such as product selection, PLC programming, quantitative parameter setting, machine tuning, and HMI integration can all be executed seamlessly in the Smart Machine Suite. So after all these 4 presentations, I believe there must be some questions from the audiences. So I would now like to invite you to send the questions to the speakers. So there are 2 ways that you can send in your questions. Next page, please. Yes, like you see on the screen, there are 2 ways you can send in the questions. On your control panel, you should be able to see a raise hand button. You can either click on that button and we'll unmute you, so you'll be able to ask your questions to our speakers, or you can also send in your questions in the chat function, and I will read out the questions on your behalf to our speakers. So at the moment, we already have a few questions coming in. So I see here Mr. Sergio Lorenzi from Fabricación ES. He has a question for Dalip. Since e-commerce operations are skyrocketing during the pandemic, do you see a business opportunity in the logistics segment? Dalip, can you help to answer that, please?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sergio. As you probably know, Delta is a technology company, and hence its businesses mostly are oriented to B2B model, which is business to business model. And hence we have a very limited business opportunity in the e-commerce platform. Nonetheless, some of our businesses that offer consumer products such as projection or lifestyle electronics under our brand, our subsidiary brand name Energy, do participate and benefit from e-commerce platforms, but then this is a very small portion of Delta revenue. So our core businesses are still very much B2B, and hence that limits our ability to benefit from the e-commerce platforms. I hope I answered your questions.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much, Dalip. Next question is also from Sergio, is to Hans-Peter. Do you have a presence in the European EV charging station market? And what is your forecast for it? Hans-Peter, can you help to answer?
Yes, thanks, Sergio, for the question. Yes, Delta is very active in various areas in Europe, especially the Nordics, where a lot of subsidy programs are in place to boost e-mobility. Then in Central Europe, mainly focus on Germany, Benelux, and France, and and UK. And in Eastern Europe, we are mainly focusing on Poland, Slovakia, where an additional corridor, European corridor, north-south is established. We foresee the charging infrastructure, public charging infrastructure will grow roughly 8 to 10 times over the next 5 years compared to today. I hope I could answer your question.
Yes, thank you, Hans-Peter. Sergio, we actually are allow you to speak. I don't know if you have any further questions. Mr. Lorenzi? If not, we will move forward. We have a question also coming in to Rutger. We have a user saying everybody is now talking about single pair Ethernet at the moment. What do you think about SPE, and why are you focusing RJ45 for connectivity now? Rutger, can you help to answer?
Yeah, thanks, Judy. Yeah, danke, Herr Bayerdörfer. RJ45 in the moment, for the time being, is a very reliable connector. Yeah, single pair has a different connectivity phase. On this way, it's a valid method. Yeah, where we are also looking into it. Yeah, until we will find that it's very reliable. Yeah, then we might consider also its implementation. Until now, we stay for RJ45 because it's such an industry standard and has been very, let's say, introduced to various products and brands, and everybody's using this. So this is the reason why we, in the moment, only show the RJ45. Just for further discussion, and maybe we have later the time to have a phone call. It's not only the single pair, also others are looking into the possibility to implement more USB-C interfaces and other things. So it really depends where we will end up in the future.
Yes, thank you, Rutger. I don't know if Mr. Bayerdörfer, you're on mute now. I don't know if you have any further questions for Rutger.
I would have another question. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear very good.
Great. Yeah, last year you introduced the plus version of the DIAStudio with integrated CODESYS, and I just wanted to follow up. How are your users using this plus version, except especially in Asia, because CODESYS was driven from Europe, but of course there's some nice features. So I just wanted to get to know if it's starting a CODESYS hype in Asia too.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. Sabaya Dörfer, how is this developing? I can tell you it's developing very well. And CODESYS, you know, has a pleasure to be an independent, let's call it independent platform. Yeah. I'm not, let's say, neutral platform, and it's used by many the operators and also operators and end customers, also by design engineers. And with the CODESYS capability, you can address a lot of applications and customers without being 100% bounded. So means it gives also certain freedom to the customer and end user, not to be fully, I would say, let me say in this way, there are also few companies available in the world market. They're sometimes dominating the market in PLC systems. Yeah, and a lot of people try to be a little bit away from this one to have more independency. In cases they need updates and have new systems integrated and so on, and find also the perfect fitting product for their needs. Not every supplier can offer everything, and not everything fits perfectly. So therefore, it's really good to have CODESYS, and we've, let's say, a good experience with this is really going well in Europe and also in Asia.
Okay, thank you.
Very welcome.
Yeah.
And hope to see you soon again, Sabaya Dörfer. Huh?
Yes, sure. Would be a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another question coming from Mr. Guillaume Klaas for Hans-Peter. What do you expect to see in the next years regarding the legislation of EV charging, subsidies, and EV standardization legislation? Hans-Peter, can you help?
Yes, thanks a lot for the question. We see especially strong initiatives from Germany's side regarding the calibration law. That's why we also integrated a new measuring system into the UFC 200 platform. And the purpose here is to protect the end users against manipulated invoicing from the ecosystem. We must expect other countries to introduce similar law in the coming years, because the industry has now prepared let's say a local standard for Germany, but this will be also be the base for an international standardization. So that's definitely end user or consumer protection initiative. Then de facto industry standards like the integration with a central system will transform from an open alliance standard to an international standard. And in this aspect also the IT security will become more important factor in this standardization framework. Charging infrastructure and the significant growth will impact the grid and also the power generation, the power distribution. And to stabilize the whole future grid, such let's say high power charging infrastructure must be coordinated somehow, and therefore, the integration with grid distribution system operators will be another focus of standardization in coming years. What we can clearly see, a lot of installations for fast charging are 50 kilowatt today in the market, especially also in markets which are not really not yet developed a large EV community, and we see definitely that's not enough anymore when the EVs for the mass market will appear. So we can clearly state the time of a 50 kilowatt platform is over, and it must be substituted in the coming years by high power charging platforms like UFC 200. Subsidies are normally influenced by the agenda and priorities of the countries. There's definitely a lot of large subsidy packages in place, for example, in Germany, in France, and also city programs to ban diesel cars. Then UK and Norway since many years, those subsidies will continue, and we see definitely there. The Southern European markets will introduce very soon also new packages to deploy or to increase e-mobility.
Thank you, Hans-Peter. Mr. Klaas, you are unmuted now. I don't know if you have any further questions.
No, it's very clear. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Hans-Peter, we have one more question for you. That's from Nicholas Boney from Industry. He would like to know about the UFC 200 you mentioned about 94% energy efficiency. He would like to know how it is versus competition and how did you succeed to reach this figure?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Yes, the 94% is a leading efficiency because of switch mode power supply technology. It is in a similar range, plus minus, like some of the other leading some of the other well-known competitors. So depending of the charging demand of the EV, there is also a system level control of the efficiency, which optimize the operating point of the rectifiers to achieve the high efficiency over the very wide load range. This is definitely something which is probably hidden and not visible from outside, but this brings definitely a big benefit because the operating range change very much when you have an empty battery on the EV compared when it's full. So the whole charging session will last over a very wide operating range, and we have put special attention on this. Besides this, the introduction of this 400 amp non-liquid cooled high power CCS connector systems eliminates the need to spend unnecessary energy for cooling purposes, which is definitely an additional loss in other concepts using liquid cooled systems. I hope I could answer your question.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Boney, you should be unmuted now. Do you have any further queries? Okay, if not, we move on. There is one more question for Rutger from Jacopo Di Blasio. How do you foresee 2020 for industrial automation? Rutger, can you help to answer the question, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure if I can really answer it, but I will try my best because this is a very often asked question nowadays. Yeah, especially in this the moment really unusual environment. I like to answer in two ways. First of all, I like to answer in a Delta way, how we see it, and the second is I'm also the chairman of the VDMA Controls and Automation Group, and I like to give also some outlook from this perspective. So the first thing is within Delta, we see a lot of also opportunities for future automation jobs, which is good in general for the automation industry. And we hear this also from other companies on the market. Yeah. Therefore, we are, let's say, we are more or less always, a lot of industry are saying, okay, we are driving or we are sailing on site, which is, I think, very important to see how this goes further. And if it is stable in Germany, at least like nowadays, I think that more or less a lot of automation companies will stay healthy and go out of it healthy. So if you look, but I can, what I recommend to you is there are market studies, market surveys available from the VDMA, which you can obtain. And they make at least a monthly survey with all the membership companies and check the market pulse, how the market is thinking. And to answer more your very specific questions, I would recommend you to get one of those surveys. If you are not in touch with them, let me know. I can easily bring you in touch with those because they are more detailed and there you see also the estimation of how it will be in 2020. But and the last point I'd like to address is I think the more interesting will be how it will be in 2021. If we really get a peak in, or how do we have the recovery scenario? So any further questions, I'm happy to assist, let's say, in this way.
Yeah. Thank you, Rutger.
Thank you.
Mr. De Blasio, yes, thank you. We have two more questions and we'll end the Q&A session. There is one question for Rutger from Mr. or Mrs. Belen Martinez. DIASelector, is it only for Delta products or you include other vendors? Can Delta supply all different machine components? Rutger, can you help to answer this question as well?
DIASelector tool, if you work together with CODESYS, you can for sure use it also with other suppliers. This is the nature of CODESYS. For Delta, for sure, we like to have our own products in. And the second question was, Julie?
Can Delta supply all different machine components?
Yeah, I would say Delta can. Besides the connectivity equipment and the cabinet itself, we would be able to support you on all your needs, including IoT, including switches, including router, the PLC systems, drives, motion controller, and ending up at temperature controls and also supplying the robot. So we are really a lot of people say we are more or less a one-stop shop for automation.
Okay, thank you. Mr. or Ms. Martinez, you're unmuted now. Do you have any further questions? If not, we'll move on to the last question from Mr. Nick Flaherty to Hans-Peter. What is the position on the use of gallium nitride for high-frequency switching and silicon carbide in EVs? I'm not sure if we can answer this question. Hans-Peter?
Yeah, this is of course a very technological question regarding components where we have the experts in our R&D centers, mainly in Taiwan. But we are working on improving the efficiency further on power conversion, and the newest technologies are definitely in the focus to be integrated. This is clear.
Okay.
But I could not really give more details about it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Hans-Peter. So we will end the Q&A session now. I would like to thank once again Dalip, Rakesh, Hans-Peter, and Rutger for your presentation today. Before we end our session today, I would like to introduce Eva to you. She has brought us some good news. Let's take a look together.
Hey there, I'm Eva, and welcome to Delta's Digital Exhibition, a place for you to explore the latest in industrial automation, edge data center, EV charging, renewable energy, telecom power solutions, and more. Come on, what are you waiting for? Come join me now.
Yes, so starting from today, we sincerely welcome you to visit our digital exhibition to explore Delta's pioneering energy-efficient infrastructure technologies. We will close today's press conference here. Thank you very much for your participation, and we hope to see you in our digital exhibition. Take care, stay safe, and we wish you a pleasant afternoon and a wonderful experience in our digital exhibition.